Hello guys, in this video I will show you how to create a Next.js app using Docker, and we will use MySQL and phpMyAdmin. So this is a setup tutorial. I will also provide a link of the blog in the description. So let's get started, and I will open my VS Studio Code, and you can see that I have a folder which is empty. So first what we need to do is I'll go to cd dot dot and then I will go to cd dot cd. So I will go to this folder that is next docker app. So cd next docker app. Okay, so here what I will do is you can see my node version. So it is 22. So I'm going to install Next.js 16. So I'm going to use the command this, okay, and the latest and dot because it should be installed in the current directory. So I'm going to click on enter here, and this would take some time. So it will ask me if I want to install the default. I will say yes. Okay, and now it will take some time to install. Okay, you can see that the dependencies have been installed. And if I go to my current directory, then I will see the next JS folders that I installed. So now what we will create is two files, that is the Docker file, okay, and the next file that we'll create is docker compose.yml. So docker dash compose.yml file. Okay, so these are the two files that I created. And now let's populate these files. Okay, so what I will do is I will use this. So I'm using Node 22. As you know, I'm using the Node 22 version for the next 16 application. We are creating a working directory that is app and to the containers. Okay, so this is like going to cd app. This is the working directory into the container. So next we will copy the package.json and package.log.jsons into the working directory, and we will use this command. So once that is done, the run npm install will run. Okay, next. Next, we will copy this. We will copy the root from the current directory from this into the containers directory. So we are going to copy this code from the this directory into the containers app working directory of the app. And these are the commands that we will use. That is npm run and dev. Okay, so I'll save this. Now next part, we need to set up the docker compose.yml file. So let's get started with this. So I'm using the Docker image that is version 3.9. Okay, then I'm using the services that is the build. Okay, so that is the build. Services is web and build is from the current directory. So I need to align it properly so it works proper. So services are web and build from the current directory of the container. Next, next I'm using the build. Next I'm using the ports, that is port 3000. So this should go under this. Okay, and then what we need to do is we need to put the ports in its proper order, and this will go a little further. Then we need to include the volumes. Okay, so this will come also under this. So web app from the current directories and to the app node modules from the containers directory. Okay, and this is the .env file over there that we are going to use. Environment is watch pack polling. We use this because any if we do changes in any file, it should refresh the application. So that is the reason why we use this watch pack polling. It's called a true. Okay, and this will depend on the database. So once the database starts, then only the Next.js application will start. Okay. Now this is a one service. Then the next service that we'll use is the database service. So it should be aligned into the web section. So we'll use database service. We'll use the MySQL version 8. So this should go to the corner like this. Okay, so it will restart always. So this should be aligned properly. Should restart always. Now what we need to do is environment. So this I need to push it back again like this. Okay, like this. So this will go under this, and this will be under environment. So these are all my credentials that will come under environment. So you can see all the errors are gone. So my root password is main password, and the database name is MyAppDB, and root is the user, and the password of MySQL is password123. So now for the volume, what I need to do is I also need to push this. So this will persist the data. The data won't be lost when I restart the servers. So my SQL data will be persistent. So that is the reason why we use this. So this is our next service that we use. The next part that we use is we use the third service called as phpMyAdmin. So this is the interface that where we can interact with the database. So I'm using this. So you go further. So I'm using this image of phpMyAdmin that will restart always and will be using port 8080. Environment will be this. It is the same environment that we are using for MySQL database. So my host is DB. So I'm using the DB as host. Okay, and my user PM user is root, and my password is password123. Okay, and this depends on DB. Okay, the DB, this section. So this service depends on DB. So next part is there is a last volume that I need to add. Okay, so I will add this. So this is the last part that I need to add here. That is the volume. Okay. Okay, so I need to add this. Okay, now what we need to do is let's run docker compose dash dash up. So it will start our application. Okay, so if I go to my command prompt now and I start docker compose build. Okay, okay, first make sure that your Docker is running. So I'm going to start the Docker. So we need to install Docker desktop as well. So I have it installed. And when the Docker is started, then only we can run the command. So I'm going to run this command once the Docker is started. So it is starting the Docker engine. This would take some time to start. So it is started already, and I'm going to use this Docker Composer build. Okay, it is saying I do not have .env file. So let me go ahead and create it. So new file that is .env. Okay, now let me rerun this command that is docker compose build, and you can see that all of my dependencies are building. You can see that everything is getting built now, and this will take some time as the dependencies are getting built and npm is running. So let's wait for some time. Okay, here I'm facing an issue. They're not telling me to use the root and use one of the following as the root password. Control the root user password. So MySQL user, remove MySQL user root. Okay. So I think I need to remove the root from here. So I'll just put my user or something. So my user, and here I'll put my user. Okay, so I will not use root. So let me run this back again to see if the build is getting successful. So it would take some time back again. Okay, now it got installed, and if I reload this page now, so you can see that I'm reloaded and my next step DB is created here. So database is created, and if I click on now localhost 3000, you will be able to see my next app running. Okay, so it is taking some time, but I think it will run because my services are running. So if I go to my Docker desktop, you can see all of my services are running. That is DB, phpMyAdmin, and Docker Web. So now if I click on here, so you can see that Next.js application is loaded. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and I have provided the links in the description. You can copy the Docker files and use them. Okay, so thank you.